Other news today, a woman is dead after a car hit her in a Sturgeon Bay crosswalk. Officers say they found the 75-year-old lying unresponsive in the intersection just after 11 Monday morning. She was rushed to a local hospital, then transferred to a Green Bay one, but did not survive. Police say the driver, a 73-year-old woman from Sturgeon Bay, told them she was watching and waiting for another group of pedestrians. After they crossed another part of the street, she started her left turn but hit the victim. Police did not say, that is, if the driver was cited or if they're investigating any possible charges.